We're joined now by Dan Stack, the Chief Executive of the Disabled American Veterans Department of Massachusetts, and award-winning journalist Lisa Hughes on the line as well, talking to us about both of their work for the Disabled American Veterans Department. Dan, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. And Lisa, it's good to hopefully hear your voice.
Oh, it's not the best voice I've ever had, but I'm so happy to be with both of you, and just want to say thank you to all our veterans on this very special day.
Well, God bless you.
So, Dan, let's start first here. We've moved the race. Again, we've mentioned this a couple times, but just to confirm, we are now talking a Sunday morning race. For those who have signed up for the DAV 5K, what do we need to know?
Basically, the time frame is the same. It's just going to be on Sunday at Castle Island.
Excellent.
The weather is going to be projected a heck of a lot better than trying to run in a
lot better.
A tropical storm. And it's the wind down there, as you know.
Yeah.
You got 30 to 50 mile hour winds coming through. Most everything that we would put up would be gone. So
tents don't do so well.
Well, we had to make that decision. I mean, cold, we can run in the cold, as we did a few years ago. And Lisa can attest to 13 degrees when we did one of our runs, but the wind is what would have killed us on this particular thing.
50s and cloudy. That's pretty good running weather, so I'm excited about that. I know that the race is now full, so for folks that weren't able to sign up this year or just didn't sign up, what's the best way for them to get more information, get involved?
Actually, literally, based upon what you guys are doing, and that happened in the billboards we have out there, is if they still want to contribute to the DAV, even if they can't run, they can go online to davma.org or go on to dav5k.boston and make a donation. That's always very helpful. The Radiothon, as you know, is still on, and so if they want to call in, that's a great way also of making a donation. We will have some slots open if people wanted to run on Sunday and come down. They would be able to still probably register at that point.
And if not, come cheer us, myself, the slowpoke, along. I'm just trying to beat my brother. That's the only goal that I have for Sunday. Lisa, can you talk to us a little bit about your involvement? How long you've been involved with the DAV, and what makes this the work that they do so special for you?
I connected with the DAV about 10 years ago through Lou Pasquale, the World War II veteran, who shared with me the importance of getting veterans to their medical appointments and the role that the DAV was playing in that. And naively, I assumed that, when you make that kind of a sacrifice and you come home, that you're taken care of. They get you to medical appointments. I mean, these were lots of things that I didn't realize. And the idea that our veterans were having trouble getting access to services, needed help with benefits, I thought, well, the least I can do is connect with this group and promote their mission. And, Dan will remember this well. When we began the run, it was really a walk. And the very first one was on Boston Common. And I'm telling you, Dan, did we have 20 people? I mean, it was so small. It was still very meaningful and very moving. But to see the way that it's grown and the way that people respond to the DAV of Massachusetts and the message and the way that they can contribute in a very personal way on behalf of the veterans in our community, people that they love, people in their family. It just makes me really proud to be involved with this. And the station, WBZ, signed on as the media partner a few years ago, and it's just been a great bonding event for those of us at the station. We have a team of about 22 people this year, and it's just a great way to get people together for a really good cause.
Yeah, the WBZ team is for this year is more people than we started off with, and half of them than we started off with was my family, if I recall correctly. But the biggest thing here happens to be is that without Lisa Hughes, we would not be here where we are today. She has done
huge.
all of our promos. She's been out there. She has a great following, and those people have definitely signed up and run with her. That's the funny part. Is Lisa just isn't a master of ceremonies for us. She's a master of everything, and we're so grateful to you, Lisa, for everything you do. It really means a world to us.
Lisa,
Dan,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm grateful to be a part of it. I'm just like, to be able to do anything with you and for veterans in this way, it is such a privilege. So thank you for including me.
Lisa, involvement over a decade, I'm sure you've met a lot of the folks involved with the DAV. Are there a story, one or two stories or individuals that really stick with you? Anything you'd like to share with our listeners?
There are a number of them. I mean, Louis' story is one that touched me from the beginning. And here he is in his mid-90s, still determined to help veterans get what they need. I mean, he is such a force. And another one of those stories, actually, I'm going to be sharing tonight in our 5 o'clock newscast. And Dan, I know you know Mike Valila well, the assistant adjutant for the Massachusetts DAV, and his wife, Kayla, who's the director of housing. When Mike came home from Iraq, he had some invisible wounds. And I think there are a lot of people in our midst who have made these sacrifices, and we don't realize what they're going through. And the way that the DAV and the veterans of many generations helped him and his family is really touching. It's really powerful. And now Mike is in a position to give back. And so he is a resource for other veterans, as is Kayla. So I think their story really touched me. I heard it months ago, and really proud to be able to share it with our viewers tonight at 5. And then at 11, we're actually going to give you a look at the new DAV housing facility that's going to be opening in Leominster, which is, when I say facility, it is a historic home, and it is gorgeous.
Excellent. I'll be sure to tune in, as I'm sure many others will. Dan, as both you and Lisa alluded to, this event has clearly grown a lot. You had 20-some-odd people for the first 5K that you did a decade ago. I don't know the exact number of registrants for this weekend, but maybe you do.
Well, right now we're basically at 1,500, and we are at 1,500 only because we still have some COVID restrictions out there that are mandated by the state. So that's why we had to close down registrations almost 2 weeks ago. So we would have been well over 2,500 because we've had so many calls that have come in. So we're hoping those restrictions won't apply next year, and we'll be able to go full force. But
clearly it's resonating with people, and I know it's a great fundraiser for the program. Maybe you can talk to our listeners just about a key program or two that you would highlight for folks, just to understand the work that they do and the work that they're supporting by running or donating this weekend.
I think we've talked quite often about our transportation program. It's like a personal Uber. We go out, we pick the individual up, and we take them to the VA Medical Center. But the thing that the DAV has gotten into in the last 4 years happens to be our basically Veterans Advancement Program. We do not call it a homeless program. We call it a Veteran Advancement Program, because our whole goal is to take veterans that are either on the verge of homelessness or are homeless, put them into our program, give them either educational opportunities, job opportunities. We certainly look at their mental health and physical health and make sure they get all of the treatment and treatment that they need so that they can eventually move out of our facility into their own homes. One of the greatest things in August that we had is we had 4 of our, we call them kind of graduates, 4 of our veterans from our Gardner program that actually purchase their own homes. So we have taken people from homelessness to where now they are part of the American dream, and we're very, very proud of that.
As well you should be. That's incredible to hear. Lisa Hughes is an award-winning journalist, an anchor at WBZ. She'll be with us this weekend as we run the DAV 5K and continue to raise money. And again, Lisa, you've got today at 5 on WBZ, an expose on DAV, and then at 11 there's going to be, a tour of the new Leominster facility?
That's right.
Excellent.
Yes.
So tune in there. Dan Stack is the Chief Executive of the Disabled American Veterans Department of Massachusetts.
And when Lisa is showing you the pictures of what happened up in Leominster, we have to shout out to Home Depot. Home Depot came out and they basically, with all of their volunteers and almost $100,000 worth of material, help us get that facility up and running. So
fantastic.
Shout out to Home Depot.
Inspiring. Folks, if you would like to contribute, again, the race may be full, but you too can help. You can call 978-632-1985. Once again, that phone number, if you'd like to make a financial contribution, we've got the fundraiser going all day today. It's 978-632-1985. Tucker, do we have any updates there in terms of where we are with fundraising?
Yeah, the updated total is $86,622.
Fantastic. So keep it up. Again, 978-632-1985 or visit dav5k.boston. Dan, Lisa, thank you so much for joining me today on Veterans Day. We'll see you this weekend.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, sounds great. And you are going to beat your brother.
We'll see about that.
Bye-bye, Lisa.
We'll be right back on the
Talk to you
Financial
both.
Exchange. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Lisa. Stay tuned.